Hey beautiful babes, and welcome back to my channel. This is something completely different that I have not done before, or that you haven't been seeing on this channel, since I'm usually making glittered tumblers. Well, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cool insect mounted wall art for your wall art gallery, if you have one of those, or it's just a really cool piece for display. So I found this bug at the dollar store in the kids section. I saw it and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to spray paint that. I'm going to bring it to life, and I'm going to just make it really cool and colorful. So we are doing mixed media on this. So all I did was I took the bug and then I spray painted it with the white Rustoleum that you saw. And then I just got a bunch of different art supplies around me. That's when I work best. I thrive in a space that's kind of chaotic, has a lot of color around it, just so that I can see everything that I'm working with. I like to have that out in my space. That's just how I work. So I grabbed my favorite products from Arteza. I have my acrylic paint pens. I have my acrylic paint. I have some rock candy. I have glitter. I have the rock candy jewels that you see here that you can get from the Glitter Heart Company. I am just going in with my paintbrush and the paint colors that I chose, and just a really bright palette, and I'm painting all around and just coloring in this beetle. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with the flow and doing what I think looks good and what feels nice. And that's all about what art is and what mixed media is. It's incorporating different mediums into your art piece, and it's just all about feeling good. That is what art is for. So while this isn't my traditional tutorial that I've been doing, this is something that I just wanted to do. It brings me joy, and that's my purpose here. I am here to inspire you all to think outside of the box, and who knows, maybe this beetle frame art will inspire you to make your own sort of glitter tumbler, if that's what you're here for. I have sped all of this up because this was a really long process. I took some parts out, and like I said, I was just having fun with this. I'm going in, I'm outlining, I'm doing dots, I'm shading, I am layering my colors, and I feel like the more layers you do, the better it looks, the more detailed you can get. Now, you can get super detailed with this, or it doesn't have to be detailed at all. It can be more blocked off and color blocked. So on the little arms here, I decided that I would do a rainbow design going on all 6 of the legs. And if you hear any crazy noises in the background, one, it could be my children, because I am currently hiding in a closet right now recording this. Or 2, it could be the thunder from the giant storm that just rolled in on us here in Savannah. I'm still not used to this weather down south. It rains almost every day, and it's a crazy flash storm, and then it will be very sunny. So I'm still getting used to that. But here are these beautiful little rainbow legs, and later in the video, I am also going to be adding some foil from the Artistic Painting Studio on top of this. The oil slick foil is what I will be using, and you can find that from the Artistic Painting Studio. That also came in a roll with one of the collab boxes that I did with the Glitter Heart Company. Now, when doing pieces like this, there's no rules about how to do your art. You are the artist. No one can tell you what to do. So you can sit here and watch my process of how I'm doing this, but I really want you to be mindful when you're creating your art. Get in there and just start doing what feels good for you and what you like to do, because that's about the process. So now I'm going in with some of the Puffy Paint. I decided, hey, let's just do a few little flowers around here. And if you've been seeing some of my pieces recently, I've been incorporating a lot of flowers into them. That's just what I've been drawn to recently, and I love that. It's what makes me happy, these little daisies and little flowers all around. If you'd like to make something like this on your own, you can use whatever you have on hand, but all of these products that I'm using in this video, that are from Arteza, you can find linked in my in the description box below, and then also on my website. I will be putting up a blog post about this with just some pretty pictures from what I took on here. So I decided that this bug needed some armor, if you will, or just to make it look a little bit more scary, but not not because it's so colorful. Like, I don't know, if I were to come across this bug in real life, I would probably think it was really cool and try to pick it up. But I use the Puffy paint to make these spikes all around it, and then I'm taking the Arteza water-based acrylic paint pens, and I'm going in and just doing some extra decoration on there. And then here I am blending the paint and just making that look a little bit more like wings kind of on the back. I really liked that feathered look, so I kept going with that. For my bling rock candy that I'm using, I am using Liquid Fusion as my adhesive. That's my favorite, and I just added a few little accents all around there. Now I'm going in with the Artsyville foil adhesive. This is a really good adhesive for your foil projects. Now I'm just brushing that on where I want it, and we are gonna let this dry for about a half hour to an hour, or you can do what I did, or just use a heat gun and let it heat up a little bit and dry it that way, because you want this to be really tacky. You don't want it to be wet. If it's wet, then your foil won't adhere. You want to make sure that it is tacky. The foil is the oil slick foil, and it's so pretty. It's kind of transparent, so you can put this on top of anything and you'll see those colors underneath of it. So once that's nice and dry and tacky, we are going to burnish that foil on there, and you can see it's leaving this really cool sheen, almost iridescent look on top of this beetle. So when I was thinking about how beetles look in real life, they have some of that really pretty sheen, iridescent look to them. So I thought, what better way to use this foil than on this little beetle that I'm working with right here. You can use a brush or your fingernail. You just really want to make sure that you're getting it down in there. And on this guy, he has some texture to him. So I'm just using my fingernail and making sure that I'm getting it down in that texture. And if you peel it up a little bit, you can see where it's adhering. And if it's not where you like it, then you can just go back in and push it down some more. Now I'm going to go in and do some detailing with my black Arteza paint pen. I just wanted to outline and highlight some of the pieces that I really liked and wanted to make pop out more. And so that's what I'm doing here. Now on the other side of this, I don't know what this piece coming out of the bug is, but on one side I did the puffy paint. The other side I'm using the color Kiev for the yellow bling. And then I'm going in with the blue, different shades of blue on the top of the head here, just to give it a little bit of that dimension. And if you want to create some of those really pretty shadows, you can use your darker colors in certain areas to make it really pop. So that's what I'm doing here. And a lot of the time in my pieces of art, I'll go in and I'll finish it off with some colorful dots or just some detailing, and that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just going in with the different colors just to make sure that we are getting this beauty nice and colorful, because if you know me, then you know that I love colors. Now I'm going in with CRYSTALAC glitter glue, and on top of some of the yellow detailing, I am just going to paint on some of that glitter glue and put some really pretty glitter on there. I wanted to get that whole mixed media feeling going on. The color that I'm using is called Lola, and that is from the Glitter Heart Company. And you can find a discount code for the Glitter Heart Company in the description box below, as well as Arteza and all of the other companies that I work with. You can find everything linked down below. And here is where I decided that we needed some fingernail polish, some nails, some colorful decoration on the edges of the insect here. So I'm going in with my puffy paint. It is perfect for this, adding in those little accents. I can create nice little points, and it just really adds to that dimension on this piece. And it's making it really funky and colorful, and I was definitely going for funky on this. Like, the whole vibe of this is just colorful and funky and just kind of a little chaotic, but still beautiful, and it comes together in the end for sure. The shadow box that I'm using is from Michaels. It has 2 panes of glass in there, but because the bug was so thick, it wouldn't fit between the panes, so I ended up just taking out the front one, and I will be gluing the bug onto there with some hot glue. But for right now, I'm decorating the frame a little bit. I'm just hand drawing on some spots with my black Arteza paint pen. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to put some hot glue on the back of the bug and secure it onto the glass. Now, the good thing is, because it's just hot glue, I could easily peel this off if I wanted to. Now, we have just created this really cute piece of decor. This can hang up, but I think I'm going to leave it on top of this china cabinet that I made that's bright yellow, and it's super fun and colorful. So let me know what you think. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and all that great jazz if you want to see more fun tutorials from me.